Wow, everybody. All right, we are super fortunate tonight because I have managed to grab our youngest quadruple IMD, $1 million earner. He's only 24 years old, all right, but he joined Worldventures at 18 and now became an IMD at 21, and now he's like the top income earner in the entire world, in the entire company at 24 years old, guys. So we've got the legend himself, the African prince, Sashin Govender. Sashin, say hi to everyone on the call.
Dennis, thank you firstly for having me. I appreciate it. Hey guys, hope everyone is incredible, blessed, and ready to get pumped up to leave this call to take action now.
Awesome, man. So everybody's dying to hear from you. You're like flying all over the place. And I believe that, only the blessed people from Africa get to hear from you most of the time. So we're hungry to hear from you, man. Tell us how life has changed, since you joined Worldventures until today, right? I know you're like so famous now all over the world on social media, and on magazines at 24 years old, man. So, and why, training is so important, how it has helped you grow as a person as well as your business.
Yeah, thank you once again. So for me, in actual fact, I'm in Dublin right now and I'm here for training. How ironic is this? We're doing a call promoting and talking about the importance about training, and we actually had a training. And constantly traveling the world. Firstly, I got involved in this idea, Worldventures, about 7 years ago when I was 18 years old, but I was personally developed. I was introduced to training, personal development from 8 years old. That's 17 years ago. So when people join this industry, they have absolutely no clue on how to go out there and build this industry. They don't have any clue on how to build up a mindset that has zero emotional attachment and is totally resistant towards, negativity, opinions, and most importantly, people going out there and saying no. So when I joined, I was already prepped up. I knew what it was going to take, and I knew there was always going to be more no's than yeses. I knew there was always going to be more failures than successes. I knew that there was always going to be more testing times than prosperity. So I already prepared myself because the odds were stacked against us. Especially coming from Africa, the odds are worse than ever before. So when I got involved, I was mentally preparing this. They say what's in between these two ears, even in between your two eyes, is probably the most, valuable asset of your entire body, your mind, okay? And for me, I was working on this. I was sharpening this. I was growing this. And I was investing into this. And then what happened was when I joined, I went through what most people went through, the no's. I went through 145 no's before my very first person looked me in the eye and said, Sashin, I believe in your vision. I believe in you, and I'm ready to work this thing. And but I was already prepared. So it amazes me when people get involved in our industry and they walk in, they're not willing to invest into personal development, but they want to go IMD. Like, I know when the no's show up, it's going to take you out the game because you weren't mentally prepared for that. You weren't aligned with the vision of, hey, I'm going to go through failure before success. Failure will be smaller than the type of success I have, but I need to go through the failure first, the testing phase and the testing times. So, and Dennis, you would relate to this. I would be at Bootcamp United States, Bootcamp Asia, Bootcamp, in Africa, Bootcamp in Europe, and I'll do the same with Momentum and The View. I'd be everywhere. In actual fact, I walked the stage as RMD in The View in Asia, and then I also got my 100K ring in Asia, and I believe it was Thailand. So I was everywhere. I was just, I realized one thing. If I had a conversation, whatever your belief system is, whether it's the universe, whether it's God, whoever it is, and whatever it is, and you had a conversation and, the universe or the higher power of God said, hey, you've got to go through 30 events before you become an international marketing director. How fast would you go to the 30? Like, I know for a fact you would go to every Momentum, every bootcamp, every single view from the edge, and every journey in 1 year. Because you now know how long it's going to get you to IMB. You now know how many events you need to get to IMB. You now know how much you need to invest to get to IMD. Well, life is not like that. No one's going to sit there and look you in the eye and tell you, hey, you need to go to X amount of events. So for me, I knew right now that if I look around the world, I got to do 80%. Or I got to either follow the 80% or I got to follow me. And following me, I have more odds with me than against me if I follow me than them. So how are we going to do this? Well, very simple. If I do what they do, if I say what they say, if I walk like they walk, if I walk like they talk, if I talk like they talk, I will get what they get all the time. So I don't want to follow them. I want to do the total opposite. If I mention the word personal development to 8 billion people on the world, how many people would raise their hand and say, I've heard it before. I've studied it before. I've invested into it before. No one. Well, not no one, but like at least 10% of the world know about personal development. Well, it amazes me that 90% don't. And they'll never know about it unless it's taught in school or unless someone goes out there and actually invites them into our world of personal development. People know more about Kim Kardashian than personal development. How crazy is that? People know more about Kim Kardashian's life than them going out there and planning their own life. So I just totally got good at one thing, investing into me. I'm doing it all the time. Last night, I was watching personal development videos. It's a build-up. It's like, where's my virtual mentorship? My virtual mentorship is on the way to the event. At the event, I'm learning to leave the event, to go out there and execute, to learn more online, read books, listen to audios, watch videos, and then go wait for the next event. And that's what I got good at. I got good at taking people from event to event to event to event to event. Now, when I joined and when Dennis joined years ago, there was no tracking center in the back office who could tell you how many people went to the event, which city, which country they booked into. There was nothing along that line. So guess how we monitored it? Well, we monitored it by literally counting on our hands or going to the event and seeing the total amount of attendees and noticing, well, this is how many people are at the event. And still we did not know how many were in our team. Now we can track it down. But I'm telling you right now, I got good at one thing. Learning the stats, learning the numbers. If you're a senior rep, this is your number, 10 people. You need 10 people at a RTE, a national event, okay? If you're a director, it's 25 people. 25 people at the event. If you're a marketing director, it's 50. If you're an RMD, it's 100. If you're an NMD, it's 250. And if you're an IMD, it's 500. Now, I want to break down those numbers. If you're going to the View in a few months' time, or you're going to Bootcamp in Asia or in Africa or anywhere that you're listening to this right now, I need you to understand, if you're a senior rep and you're not bringing 10, you're about to drop rank. I've got someone right now in Europe that reached out to me and said, Sashin, what is my target and how many people should I get to the event? This young lady has hit ranks. When I mean ranks, I mean she hit the ranks. I asked her, how many people do you have booked in? She told me 10. I said, you're a marketing director, but now you're probably an active senior rep because you only have 10. She said, yes, you're right. I said, well, guess what? The numbers will never lie. The numbers will never lie. I didn't even need to know your back office. I didn't need to know your numbers on your back office. I needed to know one thing, how many people are coming to the events? It tells me everything. It tells me everything. An international marketing director should have 500 people on average. We have Bootcamp coming up, and we already have 3,000 people from Africa at Bootcamp. Majority, at least 90%, is my team, our team. I'll tell you one thing. Well, I'm not an IMD, because that's 500. I'm an IMD times 4, which is 2,000. And I'm pushing to have 4,000 at the event with about 15 days to go. I need you to understand, as a leader, if you are a director, but you got an RMD in your team, well, you need to bring 150 people. So 125 people. 25 for you, 100 for the RMD. Don't look at, hey, I'm a rank and I need to bring that target because Sashin said, no, you don't. You count how many ranks you have within your organization, and that's what you bring. I focused at getting good at that. I got good at that. Bring in the people to the events. Letting Marcus Setter do his magic. Do his magic at the events. Like I knew for a fact, I can take people to any event around the world. It'll never have the impact that Worldventures does. I'll tell you why. Because Worldventures is what we do. People need to understand how to invite. Les Brown, my good friend. Tony Robbins, one of my good friends. They can't teach you how to invite in network marketing. He can't teach you how to close in network marketing. They probably know nothing about edification in network marketing. They know nothing about promoting in network marketing. They will only confuse you. That's why I don't take my team there. I will take my team where there's alignment, where there is vision. Now I want to break things down to you. It costs you $149.99 to go to Bootcamp. Okay? 3,000 people have already registered from Africa. The average income in Africa is $200 a month. These guys use 65 to 70% of their monthly income to go to Bootcamp. What is your excuse? You're probably in a first world country. Your average income is like $1,000, $2,000. I'll tell you what's your excuse. Because you'd fully taken care of, that's why you won't go. We have nothing. There is no plan B. There is no what ifs. There is this and nothing else. That's why we can get 4,000 people at Bootcamp. I'm telling you right now, if you keep sleeping on third world countries, they will show you how to work much more efficiently than first world countries. It's all about the events. I built this entire business around events. Dennis, I hope that answers your question, bro. I can't hear you. We're going to unmute you, I think.
Yeah. So this is awesome, man. I'm just listening and nodding my head all the way. I mean, I'm 40, coming to 42 years old this year. You're 24. It's direct opposite number, but I feel like you are my teacher, man. I'm learning so much. So everybody, it's just back to basics when we listen to you. Can you tell us, how do you get your team to be so aligned with your thinking and your actions? Until now in Africa, I mean, even just a live presentation can be over 1,000 people. Can you just share with us, how you actually get the team to be so motivated?
Dennis, I'm in the field, man. I'm in the field. Like I was listening to someone was talking about Celine Dion. She has made over $800 million in her career, and she's still performing today. Jay-Z hit $1 billion, and he's still performing, and he still owns his record label today. We have people who are still performing right now that are still making money. Well, I'll tell you why they're making money, because they're still performing. Floyd Mayweather made over $1 billion in commission or income, or in his total career in 50 fights. And it's because of one thing. He's in the field. He's in the field. He's in his game. Like I'm in this thing for 7 years. You in it for just about 7, 8, 9 years. But I want you to understand, and some people right now are getting ready to listen to us and say, man, if it's going to take 7 years, that's a lot of energy. That's a lot of effort. Well, I'll tell you one thing. If you want to get to where we're at right now, it is very simple. It costs 7 years. That's it. Go through the nose, go through the exposures, go through the calls, go through the promotions, go through the events for 7 solid years. That's all it takes. But I'm telling you right now, when you get in after 7 years, it does not become survival mode anymore. You go to the top, which means you in purpose mode, purpose phase, where you have a drive, a reason, and a motive to work 24/7, 365. Dennis, I'm in Europe right now. When I go back on Tuesday next week, I'm launching a 1-month tour to 20 different cities. I'm getting ready to go. I'm in the field. Like I can't tell people to put 1,000 people in the venue when I'm not there, or I'm not promoting, or I'm not involved, or I'm not showing them how to do it. I've got to be in the field. That's the problem about network marketing. People make this type of money when they were meant to make this type of money, And the problem is they only chase this amount. They only thought they would want to make this amount, not knowing this is possible, this is available. So when they achieve this, they get taken out the game. I've never met a leader in the industry of network marketing or business who has made it in 7 years, stopped doing what they've done, stopped going back to the basics, and still making that type of money. Your income will always drop if you don't stay consistent. And it's natural. I've been tested multiple times. Everyone's been tested multiple times. Right now, as we speak right now, I am getting ready for 20-city tour. How humbling is that for a quadruple IMD to say, hey, you got to go back to the ground. You got to go back to home events. You got to go back to the living room. You got to go back to coffee shops, three-way calls. Why? It's been in my blood. I haven't stopped building this thing. You don't have to motivate me to put 1,000 people. So everyone's synced up in my vision. They bought into my vision. We're co-founders of Worldventures. I'm not just throwing that tagline around. That's really one of our positions. We're all co-founders. I treat this like a real business, as if I invested my own money, my own cash, my own dime, my own energy, my own time, my resources into this business. So if there's anything to lose, I have a lot to lose, but I'm not going to lose. So I want people to get dialed in, have enough faith, and most importantly, buy in to the vision. My leaders have bought into the vision. Like, we can go solid every single day. 1,000 people will show up at our events. Why? Because everyone's synced in. We got to our targets. I mean, we just had Super Saturday last week, Saturday. 5,000 people got trained in about 6 different cities. This weekend, we'll have about plus minus 2,000 people trained in 3 Super Saturdays. It's game over.
That's crazy, man. Wow, we need to follow your example. You're a true leader by example. That's all I can say, man. You know, you're getting everyone to follow you. And so Sashin, I think a lot of people are also wondering, what allowed you, right, at such a young age, okay, to be so humble and then still work like you broke. You know, you're always saying work like you broke, okay, compared to people who are even, twice as old as you, or of your same age. What do they need to realize and wake up, in the morning, right? How do you live your day, from morning until night, so that you're always like this, in this mode?
Yeah, I mean, Dennis, I build my day as if I'm going to literally, die tomorrow. So I build every single day as if it's my last. I build it as if I'm going to die tomorrow, as if tomorrow is my last day on planet Earth, and I've got to make sure this legacy continues. And if you build it like that, it's very different compared to how you would build it. Because how most people would build it would be, okay, cool. Well, let's build it. Let's make 1 million and let's act all cocky and arrogant and think I've arrived, think I've made it. And we got to understand, we are the messenger. We're not the message. We're the messenger. We need to get the message out to the world by translating it through energy and our voice. But by going out there and believing you're the message, that's where you're going to have your biggest fall. That's where you're going down faster than you even came up. So I keep myself humble. I keep myself grateful, and I keep myself educated. And that's what it's all about, Dennis. I'm not focused on anything else besides serving the masses, serving the world. I genuinely want to put Africa on the map. I genuinely want to help Africa. I've got a passion, a purpose, and a reason to take all my brothers and sisters from Africa and uplift them and really and truly give them hope to the world, because they're not seeing what I've seen in the past 2 years.
Wow, I mean, that is truly magnificent, man. Jesus, the greatest teacher, said, if you can help millions of people, you are truly, going from good to great. You're someone great. You're really someone that is great, man. That's all I can say. And okay, the next question I want to ask you is, what vision do you see in this company? Especially with Wayne Nugent, with Marcus Setter, and where do you think we can take this in the near future, in the next 5 years, 10 years down the road? Especially after last year, huge challenge. People asking, why did the company, the sales drop and all that? People left, and where are we going after this bootcamp season?
So I had dinner with Mark last night, and about a month ago, I had dinner with Wayne in Dallas, Texas. I'll tell you one thing. I'm sold on one thing, the takeover. Nothing else. This is my time. Whoever's hungry right now, this is their time to lift themselves up and become one of the most global, iconic superstars in the industry of network marketing, sales, and world ventures. I'm telling you right now, this is where everyone who really needs to let people know what their name is, what their first name, last name, and their rank is. This is it right now. This is the moment. I don't care about the past. I know where we're going. I see it. I've interviewed people on my show, and you know, you watched the show, and you noticed I interviewed a guy that just his net worth is $20 billion. And ironically, I'm like, man, if this guy can do it, what are we gonna do? We're gonna annihilate this industry. We have about 500,000, 1 million common goal, common mind, you know, common vision of people coming together. And there's one individual that's making $20 billion. They got nothing on us. It's only a matter of time. They've been doing it for about 10 years longer than us. If we stay on ground, humble, coachable, trainable, work harder than anyone else, this is the biggest company the world's ever seen. I'm not asking people to join. I'm telling them where we're going. I'm telling them who we're going to be. I'm telling them what type of revenue we're going to make. I'm certain, and I got clear clarification that I know for a fact this is home.
Wow. Okay, so last question, man, before we close out the call. What do you have to say, right, to all those people who just joined us, especially the new blood, the new recruits, right? They're all probably either thinking that should they go to boot camp, or they probably, you know, sign up, but they don't know what to expect. You know, where do we want to take these new people with us on this journey?
Very simple. Very simple. First things first, go make a list that never ends. Go make a list that never ends. Go into your social media, your phone book, your everyone, your email list, everyone you know, empty it on a list. If they can breathe, if they can talk, if they're your ex-girlfriend, your next girlfriend, your whatever it is, throw them on the list. Secondly, don't negotiate. Go book for bootcamp. Go book right now, like today. Go onto the groups, post the confirmation, tag your upline, and make sure you look them in the eye when you see them and say, I'm all in. I'm the next one. I'm the next one. I want to be that millionaire student. That's why I created the tagline, millionaire student. You've got to be a student first before you become a millionaire. And if you're a millionaire, you got to stay in student mode so you can maintain and sustain millionaire student status. So I'm telling you, book for the event and then go show every single person on that list. Never end. Study and research until you find the results you want. Keep learning. Keep studying. Go to YouTube, type in our names, watch our videos, listen to our audios, follow us on social media. You know, go out there and just learn. And that's what got me to where I am.
Wow, awesome, man. Thank you so much. I think, you know, we have so many questions for you, but we've run out of time. You know, you're busy as well. You know, so everybody, right, please follow Sashin, the millionaire student, on his social media. He's really huge on Instagram, on Facebook, you know, all his website, sashingovender.com, and learn from Sashin. So thank you very much, Sashin. I really appreciate your time, brother. We love you. Thank you. And everybody send your hearts, flowers, kisses, you know, yeses and likes on the Facebook post, on the YouTube, right? And let Sashin know that you love what he just shared with us. Thank you very much, brother. And see you at the next boot camp, okay? And we hope to see you in Asia. Please come to Asia, all right? Everyone, if you want Sashin to come to Asia, make sure you comment on the post. Ask him to come over as soon as he can, all right? Thank you. Thank you very much, Sashin.
Appreciate it.
All right, goodbye, everyone.